I don't know how hyped I should be for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like, should I be hyped after what we just seen with WandaVision?
No,
or should I just be like, it's some Captain
don't
America
be,
shit?
Don't be WandaVision hype. I'll say that. Don't be WandaVision hype. Like, you could
I'm
be
really
hyped.
trying to manage my expectations.
You could be hyped that we're getting more Marvel shit, but don't be WandaVision hype. Don't do that.
Because what is it going to be, bro? Like, I know it's about them trying to find like who's the new Captain America after Captain America gone, but it's just like is it no magical? I want some type of magic after what we just seen.
Want magical
I don't want no basic shit after what we just seen, bro. That's why no basic shit.
That's why I said you finna have WandaVision expectations. Don't do that. You go disappoint.
And I heard it's only 6 episodes too. It's not 10. It's only 6.
What?
I'm like, okay, it's finna be some short shit. Yeah,
these bitches better be an hour long. These bitches better be.
They should be. Unless they're not talking about, if they're not talking about shit, then these finna be some quick 30-minute episodes. We understand the point and we move on to the next show. I wouldn't be surprised by that. If they just showed us 30 minutes to 6 episodes and then we move on to the next one. Because I feel like it's not a lot to really dive into with this. Like, I don't know where they're gonna go with this. Like, that I want to dive into with the Falcon and Winter Soldier. I don't know, bro.
I mean, the Falcon is technically the next Captain America, and Bucky is Bucky.
Is he?
So, yeah.
I think that's what they're gonna hit on this show. They're gonna hit on like, is he really like the next Captain America? And I heard that they took away the shield because he was black. Like, they really don't want him to be Captain America because he's black. So they gave it to like some other dude that was white, and they want him to be like the face of the Captain America shit. The show about to dive into some weird shit. But let's dive into it.
All right.
You are now listening to the Q&E Podcast.
Is this what you want? Huh? Is this what you want? Well, come and get it, goddammit!
What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Q&E Podcast. You're here with your boy Q Hicks right now. I got Edgar on the other line. Edgar, tell the people what's good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Q&E Podcast. We got a lot to talk about today, man. March Madness starts tomorrow. Some big NFL moves just happened today and over the past 2 days now. It's a lot to dive into, man. The Grammys, a whole bunch of shit. Let's go ahead and get started.
All right, what you trying to dive into first? We can dive into... Oh, if this is your first time listening to the Q&E Podcast, we do have 5 segments. We have the sports segment. We have the 2 Hour Wednesday, social media wants to know, entertainment, and Pass the Ox. So definitely stay with us throughout this whole time. We appreciate you. All right, but let's move into March Madness, bro. So like Edgar said, it does. I think the first 4 is tomorrow. So I think those are like the play-in games to actually get into the real tournament. And then the tournament starts on Friday. First, how do you think this tournament will play out? Do you think it's going to be a bubble and everybody is safe? Or do you still think we will get like some COVID issues in this bubble sequence that they're about to go into?
Hopefully now that we have a finite number of teams, like it's only going to be 64 teams minus the 4 that's playing for the play-in. So hopefully, since we have a controlled number of teams now, it can be that bubble type of process. It might be different bubbles around the country, but I feel like now they can kind of
it's all in Indianapolis. It's all in Indianapolis.
They having it all in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
I don't know how that bubble situation will work then. That's just a lot of people in one area. Granted, it'll be a controlled environment. I just feel like that's still a lot of people. So I'm really cautious to see how that would go.
And I'm kind of confused because I think Virginia is going to be in the tournament, but they just had a COVID issue in the ACC tournament. So aren't you supposed to be like quarantined for a certain amount of time, like a week or 2 before you're actually playing again? But they're about to play this weekend and they just had a COVID issue on Friday. So I'm like, how are they playing so soon if y'all just had a COVID issue? Unless the person who had COVID isn't playing. I'm like, y'all already bringing COVID into the bubble. It's already issues I'm seeing. I'm seeing issues already with the March Madness, dog. But that's one question I had. I'm like, and Kansas too. Kansas had a COVID issue. It was Kansas and Virginia. So I'm like, y'all bringing both of them into the bubble after they just had COVID issues this past week. I'm like, that don't make sense. Y'all bringing COVID into it. So I want to know how it will play out. I hope everything works out because I want this tournament to finish unlike last season. But I do have questions going into it. Definitely have questions. But bro, give us your first or your final 4 predictions. You said you already finished your bracket. Give us the real bracket, bro. Don't give us that all number 1 bullshit.
No, the real bracket, that I have is right here. It is my Final Four was Baylor. Well, I'll do it in order for how it is. I have Gonzaga versus Alabama and Baylor versus Oklahoma State. And then I'll have Baylor and Gonzaga in the national championship with Baylor winning 68-67.
So you said Baylor and Gonzaga. What were your other two?
Alabama and Oklahoma State.
Oh, you got Alabama getting there. Over who? In the Elite Eight?
Alabama would be Michigan in the Elite Eight.
Michigan is somebody I really have questions about, bro. As we talked about earlier today, not having Isaiah Livers, who's one of their best players going into this tournament, will hurt them. Would definitely hurt them. I don't see them getting far. I actually have Michigan losing in the second round to LSU. LSU has been playing way better now than they were earlier in the season, and they have one of the best trios in the country with Watford. You got Cam Thomas and you got Javonte Smart. I think offensively they're going to be straight, and defensively they have been playing better. And I think they're going to beat Michigan in the second round, bro. But my Final Four is Gonzaga, Texas, Illinois, and Ohio State. I got Ohio State over Baylor. That was tough for me because, you know, I've been rocking with Baylor this whole season, but they haven't been looking like the same team recently. I think they just lost to Oklahoma State last week in the semis of the Big 12 tournament. And like I said, when you come off that COVID slump or that COVID pause like they did, they never looked like the same team again. And I'm worried about them going into this tournament. Like they're not going to play the same or not look like the team that we seen earlier in the season. And that's something I'm really worried about with Baylor. So that's why I went with Ohio State, went with Illinois. I think Texas will come out of that bracket with Michigan in there. And I think Gonzaga really has the easiest path to get to the Final Four. They play nobody in their bracket, bro.
But we talked about it earlier. Are we really saying this because their path is really that easy? Or are we just saying this because Gonzaga is really just that good? Like I feel like part of us are saying this because Gonzaga is just damn near unbeatable right now, and everybody in their way, they're just demolished.
I don't think they're unbeatable. I don't think they're unbeatable though. I don't think they're unbeatable though. I think I've seen holes in the past couple of weeks where I'm like, oh, they can get taken advantage of, but nobody in their bracket scares me.
Because if you put any other number one seed where Gonzaga is placed right now, do you feel like it's still the easiest route?
Yes. Because I'm just looking at their bracket right now. So if they were to win their first game, they would have to play against Oklahoma or Missouri. Both teams have been struggling recently. I have a couple of upsets in their bracket where 13 Ohio would end up meeting them in the Sweet 16. But even if it's no upsets in that bracket, you would have to play against a Creighton or a Virginia. And they blew out somebody like a Virginia earlier in the season. So I'm like, they're going to beat Virginia. And Virginia hasn't been looking that hot. And they blew out Iowa early in the season. And Iowa really hasn't impressed me. And we talked about this before. They have the best player in the country in Lou Garza. But I don't think their team is like a Final Four team. And not to my standards, at least. So I'm like, looking at their bracket, I'm just not scared of it at all, bro. I'm truly not. So who do you think will pull an upset or is most likely to pull an upset out of all these brackets?
I think Georgetown can definitely pull an upset out of everybody because who do they face first round? They got Colorado the first round. Colorado's a 5 seed, Georgetown's a 12, but I don't really care about the seeding when it comes to this matchup because I feel like defensively Georgetown is a very impressive team, and I feel
got
like
Georgetown over Florida State.
Yeah, if they play Florida State, I would pick them over Florida State.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, and then that would lead them, if Michigan gets that far to the Sweet 16, they would meet up against Michigan, but I don't think they would beat a Michigan, even though they're missing Livers. I feel like Georgetown just wouldn't make it that far. So, but I got them Sweet 16, though.
Okay, and a lot of people that I've been seeing people talk about, this is not about talking about upsets, but a lot of people I've been seeing giving a lot of praise to is Oklahoma State, and they really feel like Oklahoma State will make a Final Four or a deep run to the Elite Eight. I don't think they will get that far, being that they're in the bracket with Illinois. But how do you feel about Oklahoma State going into this tournament?
They got Cade Cunningham, you know what I'm saying? And he's phenomenal. You can make a case that he's the best player in the country other than Luka with Iowa. I just love the fact you pointed out the fact that their coach has just been doing phenomenal this year, and the way he's got this team,
bro.
Yeah, for real. So the way this team is flowing right now, and they just have so much energy behind them. I know they got a lot ahead of them so far with where they're placed in the brackets right now. Like you said, they would have to meet up with Illinois if things go the right way. But I don't know. I feel like they could definitely put up a good fight and pull off an upset. It wouldn't be a Cinderella story with Oklahoma State, but it'll definitely be a situation where nobody just expects that upset to happen.
And I need people to realize that it's not just Cade on this team. They have a lot of talent on Oklahoma State. When you talk about Avery Anderson, Ice Likely, y'all gonna see in the tournament that it's not just Cade. Cade has some help on his team, and I would not be surprised at all if they were to beat somebody like Illinois, bro. And they've shown it. They beat Baylor, who was the number 2 team already last week, and I would not be surprised if they beat somebody like Illinois. I just don't think they can handle anybody like a Kofi Cockburn. If y'all never seen him before, look him up, and y'all will realize what I'm talking about. This nigga is like a 6'10" Shaq, nigga, big as hell, wide as hell, and they ain't got nobody to stop that nigga. And that's the only reason I picked Illinois, because I don't think Oklahoma State has any bodies. But I think perimeter-wise, they have enough, but down low, I think Kofi gonna have a field day, truly, bro.
And Illinois been doing very well over the second half of their season. Like the first half of their season, nobody was really talking about them that much. But then the second half came, we getting closer to tournament selection time, and Illinois just went on a straight run, and they climbed up the top 25 charts like immediately. They were like, they were 10, and then they went up to 7, and now I'm like, whoa, they just keep going up, and then now they're number 1 ranked team in their section. So that was just crazy to me to see how much they grew over the season. It was slow, but it happened at the right moment for them.
Because they started off as like a top 5 team. Because I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Illinois has probably the best talent in the country, bro. I mean, out of Gonzaga, out of all the teams you want to talk about talent-wise, man, Illinois has it. So that's why I'm like, I'm not surprised at all. And I actually have them winning the Final Four. Who do you have winning?
I got Baylor winning 2 of my brackets, and I have Gonzaga winning 1 of them. I'm going to do one more bracket, though.
Yeah, because I got Gonzaga and Illinois in the championship, and I got Illinois winning it still. It's going to be a tough one. But back to the Cinderella question, I think Ohio is the most likely Cinderella mid-major team to actually push to like a Sweet 16 type of round. I think they have to play – who they have to play in the first round? They would have to play
you said
they
Ohio?
have to play Virginia. They're going to play Virginia in the first round. I think they beat Virginia. And I have Creighton getting upset by UC Santa Barbara. So I got a UC Santa Barbara versus Ohio game, and I got Ohio winning that. So I got Ohio going all the way into the Sweet 16 until they would have to play Gonzaga, and then that's when they would lose. But watch out for him, and watch out for Jason Preston as well. And shout out to bro here, Deion Blake, Illinois winning it all.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you, man. I see the vision for sure. I definitely see the vision. All right, man. Anything else on the NCAA tournament? Anything else you think that will happen? Anybody to look out for?
Nah, nobody specific to look out for. I'm ready to see great basketball, honestly. Hopefully COVID-free great basketball. I just feel like you said it earlier. We just get like 2.5 straight weeks of just amazing basketball, upsets, close games, hardly any blowouts. I'm just really excited.
Yes, sir. Now let's move on to some NFL free agency. So a lot of moves have been made. Most of them going in the Patriots' favor. I don't really know about any other team that's really racking up like the Patriots are doing right now. Who the Patriots done got? They done got Jonnu Smith, a tight end from Tennessee. They done got Hunter Henry. They got I'm blanking. Nelson Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne from San Francisco. So they're trying to get all these pieces for Cam. And they had also got Judon from Baltimore. So they got some defensive pieces and some offensive pieces. And they got people coming back
from
that
COVID.
that sat out for COVID. So how do you think the Patriots will fare next year? They brought Cam back as well. So how do you think the Patriots will fare next season, bro? With all
they have a good chance. They have a good chance to make the playoffs. I still feel like, because we have to think about this. Every team is going to have players come back who sat out from COVID or who were dealing with COVID while the season was going on. People are coming back from injuries for this next season. So everybody, for the most part, is going to have a 100% healthy roster. Well, fingers crossed anyway. But I feel as great as the Patriots are going to be, it's hard for me to say they're just going to automatically make the playoffs. Like, it's really hard. Even with Cam.
What is holding you back? What is holding you back?
I just feel like the competition that they're gonna have is just crazy. Like you still got the Chiefs, you still got the Ravens, you still got the Titans, you got all these, and your division is tougher now. Like the Bills are still there. The Bills ain't lose nobody. Granted, they ain't get nobody crazy yet, but they ain't lose nobody yet either. In Miami, Tua is still in Miami. Ain't no Deshaun Watson trade or nothing like that, or nothing has interrupted Miami yet either. So you still got Miami and Buffalo to worry about in your own division, along with all of these other teams that are getting everybody back. So I'm not in a rush to say that the Patriots are going to make the playoffs again, because it's kind of hard to say that right now, even with all these pieces they're getting. But I love Cam, so if they do it, that's great. But don't be surprised if it does not happen.
They're making the playoffs. They're making the playoffs. I'm saying that not even for offensive reasons. I'm saying that for the defensive reasons. If you they had a solid defense last year, but with everybody coming back and with the pieces that they got on defense this year now, with Judon, and I think they got a couple of DTs as well. Defensively, they're gonna have a top 5 defense in the league. So no matter what the Cam them do on the offensive side of the ball, even if they still struggle and they still have their stretches, I think defensively, they're still going to hold them up to like a 9-7, 10-6 range. And I think with 7 playoff teams, they're going to get in there. And I don't think the Patriots are done. I think they still have like 1 or 2 more players in them. They have more cap space.
I'm about to say they got a little bit of cap space left. Yeah.
Exactly. And then you got the draft. They got the number 15 pick in the draft. So I think this is going to be an uplifting season. But it's going to be all on Cam. And I'm going to keep it real with y'all. If Cam had the same type of season last year, it's going to be Cam career. I'm going to just keep it real with y'all. If he mess up twice with the Patriots, it's going to be over for Cam. But Cam, you got weapons now. It's like, okay, they done brought you back. You're getting money. It's like, okay, we got to see something. We got to see some promise now. You ain't got no excuses. Bill Belichick, listen to you. He done got you some weapons now. He going to get you even more too. So you got to do your thing right now, Cam. Come back, healthy shoulder, and hey, get right. We can't see that same Cam from last year, bro. I'm going to keep it real with you. And also, oh yeah, bro talked about with the Cardinals and AJ Green. How do you feel like the Cardinals will fare with that offense and also getting JJ Watt as well?
The Cardinals are going to the playoffs. It's automatic. I don't want to hear nothing else.
They're
about
still
it.
in the toughest division, though, bro. They're still in the toughest division.
They're going to be the number 1 team. They're going to be the number 1 team in that NFC West. What the NFC West division? They're going to be the number 1 team in that division. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm predicting the Arizona Cardinals will not lose more than 5 games.
All right, will be you talking too soon, bro. Okay. You talking too soon, bro.
Okay. Remember I said this. The Arizona Cardinals will be 11-5 or better, and they will be the number 1 team in their division. I'm speaking into existence right now. I still got my Bucks making a back-to-back run for the Super Bowl, but I'm gonna respect the Arizona Cardinals because what they just did by getting AJ Green, we finna see some crazy shit. Kyler Murray plus D-Hop plus Green, and that defense crazy. And you still got Drake in the backfield. This is crazy.
He a free agent.
He a free agent. Either way, I still ain't worried because they still got weapons galore over there. Man, y'all better pay attention to the Cardinals. I'm telling you right now.
You got the 49ers coming back strong, bro. You still got who else in their division? Seattle in their division. You still got Papa Russ in the division. And who else in there? And you got the Rams. You got the Rams with Stafford them. Bro, that's a lot of firepower you're going up against just your division. And then you still probably gonna have to see the Bucks eventually. I don't know, bro. I wouldn't speak too soon about the Cardinals. Cardinals are somebody I have to actually watch and see what they're going to be because they started out good last year. And we was talking big about the Cardinals, then they started to tail off once Kyler Murray got hurt. So if he can stay healthy, I can see them potentially making the playoffs. But I don't want to speak too soon on the Cardinals, bro. That's going to be a scary team, though. Is Larry Fitz coming back?
I believe so. Yeah, as far as we know right now, he coming back. Cars and bus industries. Thank you, Dion. Thank you. I ain't gonna say they gonna meet us in the NFC Championship, but they going to the playoffs for sure. They're gonna be at least 11-5, and they're going to the playoffs. But I respect you for that. I respect you for that pick,
bruh. He said Russ ain't staying with the Seahawks. Where he going? They're not trading him. They're not trading him.
I don't want him to leave. I don't want him to leave, but shit, everybody keeps saying it's likely to happen. So I'm getting my mind prepared to not.
Who said it's likely? Who said it's likely?
You low-key said it was likely.
No,
you didn't say he was.
We discussed this though. I said I wouldn't be mad at him, but we said like the Seahawks not trading this.
That's what I'm saying. Like you said it's likely to happen, but you don't believe it's gonna happen. I don't think it's likely, nor do I think it's going to happen. But I've seen a lot of people on social media say it could possibly happen. But speaking of free agency moves, shout out to the Twins, shout out to Shaquille Griffin and Rayshawn Jenkins, all of them from St. Petersburg, Florida. They putting on for the career right now. Shaquille signed a 3-year max contract, and Rayshawn signed a 4-year max contract with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And it's still rumors going around that Shaquem going to Jacksonville too. It ain't been cemented yet, I don't think. But if you get all 3 of them in Jacksonville, that defense is going to be crazy. That secondary, man.
And they got CJ. They got CJ from Florida too.
Yeah, and CJ Henderson. Ooh. That defense gonna be crazy.
Shaquem got a bag too. Shaquem got a bag. I think he got what 3 year 40 million. Mm-hmm. I need to see a basketball court with his name on it, man. He need to be building something around the damn around St. Pete by the time, man. That's crazy though, bro. I'm glad they doing their thing. What was Rayshawn contract?
I just know it was 4 years. I forgot the exact number.
All right, bro. Let's move on to some other free agency moves. So I got Gronk coming back. Bears signed Andy Dalton. How you feel about that move? I think he's gonna be the starter too. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be the starter.
I'm about to say, he'll be the starter. I ain't too mad at it. I respect Andy Dalton. I feel like he's definitely a starter in this league. Do I think it's just gonna be a major upgrade? No, but it's better than Trubisky in my opinion. I like Andy over.
Oh, you think it's better than Trubisky?
I think Andy Dalton is better than Trubisky if you give him the right weapons, and I feel like Chicago is decent enough to where they can definitely make an impact. Because in that division, I know the Vikings always put up a fight, but other than Green Bay, I really ain't stressing nobody if I'm Chicago.
Who else is in there? Green Bay, Vikings. Damn, I'm blanking on that. If the Lions is in there.
Yeah, that's it. Green Bay, Chicago, Lions, and Packers. I mean,
oh yeah, that shit trash, bro.
Yeah,
that shit is trash. But I think they're gonna have the same issues with Trubisky though. Like this is not a big enough upgrade like they need. They need a big upgrade, a Deshaun Watson level upgrade to actually see this offense move. I don't think they have the pieces to overcome the deficiencies at quarterback. They don't have the pieces, so you're still gonna struggle this year unless they drafted somebody. If they're gonna draft somebody, then cool, but Andy Dalton is not the guy, bro. I don't care how likable he is, Andy Dalton. And we seen it with the Cowboys. I feel like there's an upside.
I feel like there's an upside to it.
Because the Cowboys got a lot of weapons on offense. And Andy was still getting picked off every time. I was getting Ryan Fitzpatrick vibes. I don't know. I ain't really rocking with that Andy shit. Move on to the next one. We got the Texans signed Tyrod Taylor. How do you feel about that? And does this mean that Deshaun is getting traded soon? Or is this just a backup plan?
No, he's getting traded.
Because they're still saying that he's not getting traded.
I ain't heard about Tyrod since that situation where he got that shot or something. Punched his lung. I ain't heard about Tyrod since then. So I pray he coming back 100%. I like Tyrod Taylor. I feel like he's definitely a great quarterback to get for the meantime to replace the Deshaun Watson. I don't think he's the permanent pick. Just yet. I will have to see him play before I totally make that prediction. But hey, the Texans ain't got nowhere to go but up, because I highly doubt they're keeping Deshaun Watson. I don't care how many times they tell everybody we're not trading this man, they're trading him.
Exactly.
Or he's sitting out. That's gonna be the only outcome.
Watson gotta go to the Dolphins, bro, or the Panthers. Like, I hear he's trying to go to the 49ers and all that. I'm like, bro, your best fit's going to be with Miami. Miami got all the pieces you need, and they going to get wide receivers in the draft, and their defense already solid. I'm like, bro, go to Miami, bro. They got the picks, everything. You're going to be straight there. I'm like, bro, I don't know why Houston is playing this type of game with this man, bro. I don't understand that. But what else have you seen in free agency, bro?
Ryan Fitzpatrick went to Washington.
Yes.
Yeah. And what else happened? You said Gronk staying with the Bucs. The Bucs been signing back everybody. We re-signed Shaq Barrett. We re-signed Gronk. Chris Godwin got the franchise tag. Who else? We signed a couple of our old linemen back. Yeah, everybody getting signed. The only person left in the air right now is Antonio Brown. We got Levante David coming back. Antonio Brown is the only person left in the air. I honestly would not be mad if we do not keep Antonio Brown, because we still got Scotty Miller and we still got Tyler Johnson right behind Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, and we still got Gronk. And everybody forgetting the fact we still got OJ Howard. OJ Howard ain't touched the field all last season because he was hurt. So just imagine that 2 tight end set with all these wide receiver options we got and these slot options. Man, the Bucs ain't lose nothing. They damn near flawless right now in free agency.
And I'm going to keep it a bean about the Washington football team. They are going to make the playoffs again. And
did you vote the same? I feel like you.
Hot take.
I feel like you voted the same as me.
hey, hot take. Ryan Fitzpatrick will be the best quarterback in that.
Let's go.
Hot take for sure. Ryan Fitzpatrick, bro. I think they have the best team. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think they have the best team. Like defensively, you already know what you're going to get the defensive side of the ball. So they're going to keep you afloat. And I think they're going to build on the offense in the draft and in free agency as well. I think they just signed Curtis Samuel literally a couple of minutes ago. So they're going to keep building on that side of the ball. You got McLaurin. You got my boy in the backfield, Gibson. You got good pieces on offense, bro. It's really on the Fitzpatrick. Like, stop throwing picks, my nigga. Just be safe. That's all we need you to do.
Be Fitz magic. That's what we need from you.
I don't think he could choose though. It's really like he doesn't even know coming into a game what he's going to be.
And you want to know the crazy part? Even if they do bench him, we seen Heineke play against us, against the Bucs. We seen Heineke play in the playoffs, and Heineke he a stud. He ain't no starter, but he's not a bad option. He was put in a Nick Foles position last year, and he did what he was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if he's in that situation again where he has to come into the clutch, I feel like Tyler Heineke can definitely do that.
Don't say that, bro. You niggas said Nick Foles position. Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. No, saying Nick Foles position.
I'm just saying coming into the clutch. I just mean like coming in the clutch.
Yeah. I get it. Oh, look like Patrick Peterson is going to the Minnesota Vikings. I forgot he left the Cardinals.
Whoa, Pat Peterson to the Vikings?
He will be forgotten.
They're still, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's still gonna be forgotten with the. Yeah, like I'm not sweating him at all.
I'm sure he was getting a bag. I'm pretty sure that's why he went.
Yeah, he getting 10 mils. Good change. All right, let's move on. Jimmy for MVP. So a lot of people have been hating the fact that we have been showing love to Jimmy recently. They have been trying to discredit my man, and it doesn't make any sense. If y'all have been watching the NBA, you guys would know that the Heat were trash without Jimmy for those 14 games. I think they went 4-10. And ever since Jimmy has been back, the Heat have been on win streak after win streak after win streak. Y'all need to watch what's going on. He's one of the most impactful players in the NBA. Y'all have to see it. And he needs to be in the MVP conversation. I don't understand why people are discrediting him.
Okay, no. I was with you all the way until you said he's in the MVP conversation. I'm going to name 5 MVP candidates right now that I will automatically put over Jimmy Butler. LeBron James, James Harden, Joel Embiid, Jokic, and Damian Lillard. That's 5 players I will automatically put. Over Jimmy Butler.
I'm kind of. I think he's playing better than Dame right now. Truly, bro.
What?
I think he's playing better than Dame.
No, you don't believe that. No, I want them to hop on your head. I want them to hop on your head in the comments right now because there's no way you believe that. There's no way.
Bro, how are you? Bro, Jimmy Butler is the most impactful player in the NBA, bro. It's the difference between stats. It's the difference between stats and a value a player brings to your team, and his value is unexplained, and a lot of people do not understand that because it's showing up in the stats nowadays. But I think they're not giving Jimmy Butler his true credit, bro. I think he's in the top 6. I'm not gonna put him over Dame because I still love Dame, and I'll give you the impact
thing. I will give you the impact thing. Jimmy Butler, outside of LeBron James, you can make an argument that Jimmy Butler is the biggest impact player in the NBA. I will not take that away from you. I just can't give him the MVP nod. I feel like all the disrespect that Dame has gotten is worse than the little bit that Jimmy is getting right now. I feel like that's what helps Dame's MVP case, plus the fact that they're holding their own in the West right now, and they don't have near as much depth as these other Western Conference teams. So I have to give Dame the top 5 nod for MVP. Braun is being Braun. Joel got the the 76ers as a top team in the East. Jokic, even though their team is low in the playoff race, he putting up crazy numbers right now. All these other players that I'm naming are building such a stronger case for MVP than Jimmy Butler. I can't do that.
I don't agree.
Granted, the Heat are a number 4 team in the East
Jimmy
now.
Butler will end up top 5. Jimmy Butler will end up top 5. He will end up top 5. I don't care who you put it, because look, he already is over Steph in my opinion. I think he overstepped.
He could be overstepped.
But y'all was raving over Steph earlier in the season, but now Jimmy Butler overtook y'all. He done overtook Steph in my opinion, and I think he will keep on creeping up. If the Heat continue to win, he will keep creeping up the MVP standards, and he will end up finishing top 4.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Steph is obviously the better player, but I would give Jimmy the MVP nod slightly over Steph right now. And I've been the main person advocating for Steph to be in the MVP race this whole season. I'll give Jimmy that, but I can't give him top 5. I just can't do it. Granted, the Heat number 4 in the East right now. The only way Jimmy Butler can dead ass make an MVP discussion is if the Heat stay at number 4 for the rest of the season or they climb higher. That's the only way.
They stand there. Okay. If the Heat continue to win, you can't discredit this man. They have won 11 out of the last 12 since he's been back. And these have been games without Bam, without their second best player. We still trucking without him. It's just like, bro, we gotta show this man some love. 4-10 without him, and now we 4th place. I think we were 13th earlier in the season. Come on, bro. They was praying on our downfall.
If they stay at 4 or go higher, I will be the first person to give Jimmy Butler the MVP nod. But if they go any less than 4 over the rest of this stretch for the regular season, I can't do it. He outside the top 5 race for me right now.
Jimmy needs to get his credit, and he needs to be in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation as well. He needs to be in most of these awards, bro. But he won't get the love because it's Jimmy Butler, most underrated player in the league. It's crazy. But let's move on to the John Collins trade situation. So Atlanta is in a little bit of a pickle right now because if they do not sign John Collins to an extension, the sources say that they will end up trading him because obviously they don't want to pay him or they can't figure anything out. So where do you think John Collins' best trade destinations will be?
I think Miami Heat or the Los Angeles Lakers would be a great fit for John Collins. I feel like with Miami, out of the 2 teams I just named, I feel like Miami has the better assets to trade. But knowing the Lakers and knowing LeBron, they'll throw whatever the hell they got to throw out to get somebody like a John Collins. And I feel like John Collins would be able to fit in a LeBron situation because even though LeBron is playing less minutes, those minutes that he's not on the floor, John Collins can eat. When I've been praying for Kuzma to start eating, and Kuzma has his night where he does eat, and then he has like 10 nights where he does.
Who are they trading?
See, that's why I don't know.
I wish Black was listening to this shit because Black don't want anybody on the Lakers.
with LA, I don't know. But with Miami, I know for a fact you could either trade Tyler Hero and a bench player and maybe a pick, or Kendrick Nunn, a bench player and maybe a pick. That's solid for John Collins if you're the Miami Heat. So I feel like that could be a good destination for him to go. If he does go to LA, they're going to do a situation where they give up like 2 or 3 players for this man. But I don't think that's going to happen. I feel like the Lakers are content with what they have.
Yeah. And I see the Lakers be interested in all these different players, but I'm like, once again, who are they going to trade? I heard they were interested in DeRozan at one point. I see the Lakers always interested in somebody, and I'm always like, who are they going to trade? You have no assets. You going to trade Kuz? Who wants Kuz? His value not that high. So you trying to get a star player for Kuz? Are you going to trade Taylor Horton Tucker? Probably not, because exactly. You trying to keep him. That's your prized possession. So you're not going to trade him. So it's like, who are y'all trading for any stars? I'm like, y'all not trying to trade nobody for real. But back to the John Collins trade, bro. I really cannot think of a team that is best fit for John Collins. The Heat do need him because they need front court depth, but I think he's best in Atlanta. Like, he should not get traded, bro. He should not get traded. They need to find out some type of situation. They're on a 6-game winning streak right now. So the fact that they're thinking about trading him in the middle of a 6-game winning streak and they're about to get into the playoffs for the first time, it feels like forever. It's like y'all got to slow down, pump the brakes on this situation and realize what y'all got in a John Collins. I would not trade John Collins, bro. And that's why I really cannot think of it because his best fit is Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I feel like he should stay in Atlanta, but if he did end up in a trade situation, I feel like Miami would be the best team to try and go after him.
Because I heard the Timberwolves are also interested. The Celtics were also interested. So teams are interested in John Collins. Obviously, he's like a 20-10 player, but I think he's best with trade, bro. And do you think this could still have something to do with the issues that they had earlier in the season? I remember him and Trey had some beef too. Or do you think it's all contract related?
I feel like it's all contract related. Right now, they're winning. Whether they have locker room dysfunction or not, right now, like they're winning. So obviously, they're putting that to the side to a certain extent. And this wouldn't be the first situation where you got players slightly beefing with each other in the locker room. We've seen this happen before with so many players, and you just gotta man up and just go through that shit. Like, just because you got a problem with one of your teammates, that don't mean you just need to beg to get traded or the team just needs to trade you. Like, if it's not detrimentally affecting your team's success, don't worry about it. Just be a man and go through that shit. Figure it out.
Now, let's move on to 2 Wild Wednesday, bro. Pull them up for me. What we got for 2 Wild Wednesday, bro?
The first one was, even with all the picks, let me make sure I worded it right. Shit. Even with all the free agency pickups, the Patriots will still miss the playoffs next season. Too wild or not too wild?
Too wild. I think Cam will have a great season this year. Praying on it, actually.
I put not too wild, and I explained why. I feel like just everybody coming back, everybody competition-wise, still being better than the Patriots to a certain extent. Even with all the talent that they're getting, I just feel like the road is going to be very tough for the Patriots to get to the playoffs. Not saying they won't, but it's not too wild to say that they'll miss. And that was 60% too wild. So most of everybody agreed with you. All right. Which NFC East quarterback will have the best season in 2021? Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Daniel Jones. We both said Ryan Fitzpatrick. We're going on the limb with that one.
Ryan Fitz. What's the percentage?
66% of people voted Dak.
Ah.
Everybody expected Dak to come back and just like shit on everybody.
No, I really think Fitzpatrick is going to have a good season this year, bro. I think he's going to have a good season this year. I think, and Dak will be 2. I was going to say even some more hotter shit, but Dak will be 2. I was about to say something else.
The Charlotte Hornets will make it past the first round of the playoffs. Too wild or not too wild? I said not too wild. You say too wild?
I say too wild because currently they're like in 5th or 6th place right now. So either they will play the Heat or they'll play the Bucks in the first round, and I don't think they get past either of those teams. So I would have to say too wild.
I say not too wild. I feel like what Charlotte is doing, like, I feel like it's just going way under the radar. LaMelo Ball, for a rookie, like, he's just leading this team in an amazing way. I still feel like, and I said this like few episodes ago when we said about who we felt was going to get which awards and stuff, LaMelo Ball will unanimously win Rookie of the Year this year. I want everybody to know that. If anyone else gets a vote in this Rookie of the Year race, they just tried LaMelo. I'm telling y'all right now, he will be unanimous on Rookie of the Year. So I feel like the way he's leading them right now, and the way this team playing is crazy. Gordon Hayward, Terry Rozier, not Terry Rozier, but yeah, that's what I meant. Terry Rozier and Gordon Hayward and these boys. I feel like the rest of them is just doing a great job right now. So I don't think it'll be crazy if Charlotte shocked the world and won a playoff series.
I wouldn't be surprised either because I think they beat the Heat earlier in the season, so they have some players like you said, but I just don't think they have the playoff experience to be a veteran team in the playoffs. So that's what I would say.
There will be no number one seeds in the final. Oh wait, hold on. That was 64%. Not too wild, by the way. Next one. There will be no number one seeds in the Final Four this year. Too wild or not too wild?
There will be no There will be no final or no number ones. If the
there will be no number one seeds.
Oh yeah, too wild.
I said too wild.
That's definitely gonna have some.
It's crazy how
Gonzaga
close
one
was.
For sure. Gonzaga's going to be in there for sure, in my opinion.
It's crazy how close this was. This shit was 55% too wild. Like, why was it that close?
Damn, that is crazy.
Yeah, like crazy. It's a lot of people thinking that it ain't gonna be no number ones this year. I highly doubt. When was the last time that happened? When like no number ones made it to the Final Four? I don't remember the last.
I think that happened recently. I think that didn't that happen recently?
I think so. Not.
It might happen a few years ago, 3-4 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Next one. The New Orleans Saints will miss the playoffs next season. Too wild or not too wild?
Oh, not too wild. No Breeze, but I do think they will get an upgrade with. I don't know who's starting for them. That's the problem number one. If you go on with Taysom Hill, no. Jameis will get them to the playoffs. I would say that. Jameis will get them to the playoffs. If you riding with Taysom Hill, and I seen the contract that they gave Taysom Hill, that 4-year, $140 million contract, which was one of the weirdest contracts I've ever seen in my life because it's like voidable. So that they cannot pay this nigga like anything. They don't have to pay that nigga none of that money. One of the funniest contracts I've ever seen, bro, because it doesn't make sense to me. But it depends on who starts. But if they rocking with Taysom Hill, then they're not making the playoffs.
I don't feel like they'll make the playoffs regardless. I also voted not too wild, and not too wild won this poll 84%. I feel like whether it's Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill, I don't see this team making the playoffs just because of all the talent that's going to be coming out of the NFC this next season. And I don't know, the Saints it ain't Drew Brees. So I just don't got that much faith right now in New Orleans. So I highly doubt they make the playoffs. If Jameis Winston leads the Saints to the playoffs, I will put this man's name. I will put this man's name in my Twitter header.
Oh, okay.
Tat it? Hell no. Hell no.
All that shit you be talking about, Jameis, it needs to be a tat at this point.
I will put this man's name in my Twitter header if the Saints make it to the playoffs. From him. If he leads them to the playoffs, I'll put his name in my Twitter header.
And it will never leave forever.
Oh no.
No, nigga, no. It can't be no 2 week shit. No, it's gonna be enough forever. Jameis, what you got Jameis? This nigga,
it's gonna be like a solid 2 weeks. It's gonna be a solid 2 weeks.
That's solid. That's solid.
Jimmy Butler is a top 5 MVP candidate. Too wild, not too wild. I'm sure you saying not too wild on that. I said too wild. Too wild won by 54%.
Denisha. No, he's not trash.
James, thank you so much. Thank you, babe. Thank you so much.
Stop. Moving on.
All right, this one was interesting. The wide receiver market is becoming like the running back market. Nobody wants to pay a running back unless they're elite. You can find a replacement. So too wild or not too wild.
And the parenthesis, that's why I put it in parentheses, because that's the mentality that most people feel about when it comes to a running back. I feel like that's not too wild, because I'm just looking at it from this free agency standpoint. Nobody is looking to pay a wide receiver right now because they know who is coming in. It's going to be a deep wide receiver class, like it has been for the past few draft classes as well. The receivers that are coming into the NFL nowadays they're killing early in their careers, bro. And these veteran receivers are going to be expendable or less valuable to their teams because it's somebody coming right behind you that's just as good. Like, these dudes are good immediately nowadays, bro. It's not like you have to sit for 3 years and then you're good. Like, they're good immediately. Like these Justin Jeffersons, and it's players like him that CD Lamb or Jerry Jeudy. The players that come in are elite from day one. So I think it's going to become a regular thing with that. And I think they're not going to want to pay wide receivers anymore, just like the running back market.
I don't know, bro. I feel like I voted too wild. I feel this is just such a pass league now that the wide receiver has to be one of the most valuable positions when it comes to not when you have 15, not when you have like 15, 20 that's coming in, that's just as good as what you got coming out. How often is that going to happen though with draft classes where you have that many star
It's
receivers?
becoming a regular thing. I'm not saying stars. I'm just saying just as good because these wide receivers that are in the free agency class, like the Curtis Samuels, who else was in there? The Juju Smith-Schusters. Like these aren't elite receivers, but I think these players can get replaced easily by the next rookie that is coming in, and it's going to make them less valuable because it's just like I can draft a rookie. I can get somebody undrafted that can probably put up your same production. Just like the same mentality that we have for running backs. I can get the same production for somebody that's an undrafted rookie. Truly.
I don't know. I disagree. I feel like this rarely will ever happen. And I don't feel like the numbers nowadays in college for wide receivers, I try not to focus too heavy on. Like you just got to be totally different. Like for me to look at your numbers and look at your game and say, yeah, you really like that. I feel a lot of receivers in college now can have astronomical numbers because just of how pass dominant the league is with college and with the NFL. Now, I feel like with college, like every quarterback has no excuse to throw under 250 yards a game. No excuse. No excuse to throw under 250 yards. But this doesn't have anything to do with numbers.
This has something to do with just talent. These dudes are coming in with the same amount of talent on the dudes that you got on your team.
But I feel like that's partially because of the fact not everybody, but most receivers' numbers now in college are crazy. Like these receivers are putting up crazy numbers now. Like almost every team, every dominant team in the NCAA, like receivers are breaking like 50-year-old, 60-year-old records like that. Like within 1 to 2 years.
What's your point with that? Because they're coming in elite, like I said.
But I'm saying the numbers are masking whether or not they truly are that talented. Do I feel like how deep this wide receiver class is? Do I feel like for the next 3 to 4 years it's going to be like this and consistent? No, I highly doubt that. That's why I feel like no, it's too wild to say the wide receiver market is becoming like the running back market. But not too wild won that poll 65%. So most of everybody agree with you. And we talked about who we felt was going to make a Cinderella run. Out of Ohio, Georgetown, Winthrop, and other, Georgetown is winning at 64%. I know you made your case for Ohio. I said Georgetown. And that's it. Yeah, that's it for 2 Hour Wednesday.
All right. Now let's move on to entertainment and current events. So the Grammys was on Sunday. What happened at the Grammys?
They had the lowest views like ever in Grammy history. I think they had between 8.8 and 9.2 million views, which is like the lowest views they've ever had. So that's crazy to me. It's like a 51% drop off from what they had last year or 2 years ago. So I'm not surprised because the number of people who actually went was limited, obviously, because of COVID. And I feel with a lot of artists and a lot of fans nowadays just showing their true expressions for the Grammys and how little people respect them nowadays, I feel like I'm not really shocked that the views are just that low. But shout out to the people who did win those awards. Like whether you like the awards or not, like if you're winning awards, that obviously means enough people are listening to you. So shout out to Meg and Beyonce. They made history by becoming the first females to win Best Rap Performance, I believe it was, or Best Rap Song. I think they won both. But shout out to Meg and Beyonce for that. Shout out to Lil Baby for his great performance. He performed The Bigger Picture at the Grammys, and he damn near had the best performance to me that whole night. I didn't watch it, but I watched like highlights of it, and I watched his whole performance like on social media.
That's why nobody's watching it, because you're gonna get the highlights on Twitter anyway. So why am I wasting my time watching it if I can watch it like on Twitter like damn near every second at my own pace and shit?
Right.
So that's probably another reason too. Because a lot of people were saying that same thing. I'm not watching the Grammys, but I'm seeing everything that they got going on. So exactly. I think people are still interacting with the Grammy content, but they're just not watching it straight up, I don't think. But like you said, people are losing respect for the Grammys, bro. Like year after year after year, it's the same old story with the Grammys, bro. And it happened again this year. Why did Freddie Gibbs get robbed for a Grammy? Freddie Gibbs should be a Grammy-winning artist right now. Nas, shout out to Nas. He's a great rapper, but there's no reason that Nas should have won over Freddie Gibbs, in my opinion. Bro.
Shit, it's no reason Lil Baby shouldn't even been like nominated. Like he should have been nominated. I still can't believe the fact that they did not nominate that man for rap album of the year, and he had the #1 selling album over every genre in 2020. Lil Baby had the top. If y'all check the records, not just rap, over every genre, Lil Baby had the best-selling album. So how do you have an album that successful? And we all know it's bangers on that album because we heard at least 3 to 4 songs commercially on the radio the whole 2020 from that man. So I just feel like he was robbed by not even getting a nomination, and The Weeknd was robbed for not being nominated for Song of the Year when they literally wanted you to do the Super Bowl performance because your song was the hottest song that whole year. So I don't know. I just feel like it was just an embarrassment. A lot of artists, we remember Kanye pissing on his Grammy, and Roddy Ricch said something about that. And Roddy Ricch felt some type of way because he was like, I'm doing a lot in my career to get these accolades and to get these awards and accomplishments. So to see people of that stature piss on awards, like how is that supposed to make me look at the awards? But then you also got other people like Wayne and Nicki and all these other older rappers and stuff that are saying fuck that shit. Like even Drake. Drake didn't necessarily say fuck the Grammys, but when he won his Grammy a couple years ago, he even told everybody, look, just because you don't win this, that don't mean your music ain't hitting. That don't mean you're not inspiring and changing the culture. So I don't know. I feel like it don't matter if you win it or not. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't.
It's funny because the main people that say that are people that have Grammys. So it's like, man, you can't speak to me when you already inside of the club, nigga, and I'm struggling to get in. Like, nah, nigga, I want that same attention that y'all niggas got. Even though I probably don't want that shit because y'all niggas is viewing it in a certain type of way, I still want that same type of recognition. And that's always the problem that I have with people that say fuck the Grammys. They always comes from people that already have them. Literally, it always comes from them. You never hear anybody else who doesn't have one say, damn, fuck the Grammys, man. Because everybody wants that recognition. When you have Grammy winning next to your name, your price goes up. Niggas want Grammys, bro, because your price is going up when those concerts come back around. They want Grammys. I don't give a fuck what you talking about because that's going to be money in your pocket. So I think that's straight bullshit when niggas say fuck the Grammys because they know how much money that can put in your pocket.
No, but the biggest person, the biggest name, honestly, who has never won, actually, no, not the biggest because there's a lot of big artists that have never won. I don't think Snoop ever won a Grammy. Nicki Minaj has always been vocal about never winning a Grammy.
But I've never heard them say fuck a Grammy. I've never heard those people say fuck a Grammy.
They never... She's never literally said fuck the Grammys, but she's like on Queen Radio, like on social media, like in interviews. Nicki Minaj has always been vocal about not having a Grammy. So she's definitely somebody who spoke out about it. Snoop, I've never heard Snoop say anything, but I'm sure Snoop don't give a damn. Snoop, one of the hardest rappers to ever grab a microphone. He don't care. So
back when Snoop was really in his bag, black performers was really not getting Grammys, bro. The first real black group that got one or black people that got one wasn't it
Run DMC was the first rap group.
Who?
Like you talking about first rap group?
Was it they were the first rap group? I was about to say Outkast.
It was Run DMC. I had put them for Black History Month. They were the first rap group.
You did. But I remember Outkast for a long time. It wasn't anybody that anybody black at least that was really winning Grammys. And Outkast came, I think it was like in 2000 or whatever year that was, and they won the Grammys. It's picked up, but it still isn't what it should be when it comes to black people getting Grammys, bro. Crazy. And let's move on to some other awards that you got on here, bro. You got are the Oscars giving Chadwick Boseman a sympathy award? That's an interesting take. Why do you feel like that?
Because I feel like we do this with a lot of people that pass. We all know how people get when somebody passes. We just want to name everything after them. We just want to give them every award that they was already in line for and nominations, and like let's just give them the award and all that. But I feel like the biggest reason why I feel like they're giving him a sympathy award is because they tried Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield. Why are both of them nominated for Best Supporting Actor when clearly one of them was the lead actor in Judas and the Black Messiah? Why are you nominating both of them for Best Supporting Actor? Are you doing that just so you know for a fact you can give Chadwick the Best Actor award? Like, I feel like that's what's going on, because if they don't fix that before the Oscars come, I'm going to be real pissed. I love Chadwick, but I feel like they're just giving him that out of sympathy. If Chadwick Boseman was alive, do people honestly think he would win the Oscar for Best Actor. He could be
What
nominated.
movie are they?
but
What are they nominating him for? What movie are they nominating him for?
I didn't see the movie that it was in. It was like one of the last movies he just did. Hold on, let me find the name real quick.
I'm about to say because I forgot what the last movie he was in.
Ma Rainey's Black Room. I think it's on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I ain't even watched it yet.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. I ain't watched it yet, but granted, I'm not knocking Chadwick at all. I feel like he probably did an amazing job. Probably did do Oscar nomination worthy, but I don't know. That Judas and the Black Messiah was just crazy. Like, I wouldn't be mad if Lakeith Stanfield won over him for that Oscar. Like, I don't like the fact that Lakeith and Daniel are both nominated for Best Supporting Actor. So who the hell is the lead actor in Judas and the Black Messiah if they both fighting for supporting? Like, come on, bro. I don't know. It's some fishy shit with that.
The white dude probably lead support that.
Please don't say that. Oh my God. Please don't say that.
They probably got the white dude as the lead support and lead actor. That's the only reason I can think of, bro. That is crazy though, bro. Because they both should be starring. Like, they shouldn't even be supporting. They both should be in a starring role. Yeah. I agree with you. Because didn't he just win an award not too long ago? And his wife had accepted it for him? Yeah. But I don't think anybody's mad at it though, because we understand it. Like, we're not mad at it.
But it's like, you got to give him the Oscar though. Like, just give him like a special presentation or something at the Oscar. Don't just give away the Best Actor award because he did. Please don't do that. I get it. Like, he's gone. We miss Chadwick. Like, he was an inspiration to all of us, and he gave us some timeless, unforgettable movies. But don't just give no sympathy award like that. Don't, over people who like damn near really do deserve that award. Don't do that. Like, don't do that.
I agree with you, bro. I agree with you.
And Judas and the Black Messiah. See, she's seen both of them. I ain't seen Ma Rainey. I haven't seen it. I know Viola Davis is in that thing, and Viola Davis she was doing her thing too. It's so funny to me when actors or actresses like have to gain weight or have to lose weight or have to gain like crazy amounts of weight. Like, she had gained a crazy amount of weight to play that role. It's just like that's a crazy like commitment that you have to have to your craft, bro. And like, what's my boy name from the Joker when he had lost all that weight? What's my boy name? Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, he had lost all that weight. He was skinny. It's like he said he was about to die. He felt sick, like medically sick, when he had played those roles. So it's crazy when I see roles like that, when they have to like change their whole body type to play a certain role. That commitment is crazy, bro.
Man, I don't know. With technology nowadays, I'll be like, hey, I'll lose a little bit of weight, but y'all better use CGI for the rest of this shit. Y'all better use CGI for the rest of this shit. No, I ain't finna be walking around here looking like a crackhead, bro. No, I lose about 15 pounds. I lose 10 to 15 pounds. The rest of that shit got to be CGI.
But they want to be committed to their character, though, bro. They don't want to take any shortcuts with that, and that's what I like about actors and actresses. Like, they don't want to have
fully committed.
No, that's not fully committed. You want to be fully committed, like losing the weight, and you want to actually feel like the character you're playing. You don't want to be like your size playing the Joker, who's supposed to be a skinny nigga walking around running shit. Like, nah, like you're not gonna feel like the Joker.
I will be fully committed with CGI. I promise. If I'm not, just take a couple dollars off my check. I'll be fully committed. I promise I will.
Nah, these boys ain't cutting. They ain't taking no cuts off the check. They not taking no cuts off the check for sure. All right, bro. And let's move on to this topic. Was an interesting topic. Shout out to the Mallory brothers for giving us this topic. But they were having a conversation about Coming to America. A lot of people have really said that movie was trash and how it really didn't show or didn't shine on the legacy that the first one did. The first one was so great. And you come back with the second one, what was this, 30 years later? Damn near 40 years later? And you try to show
30
this.
Plus.
30 plus years later, and you try to show this, and it doesn't hit. And then you're taken away from the first movie. But what they were really speaking about was, why do black movies always make some type of parody or some corny type of movie or some trauma-filled movie, and we never have any movies like with regular shit anymore? Why are we just doing regular shit? Why is it either trauma or some parody shit or some you fucking up a legacy reboot like we just seen with the Coming to America? Why is it always one of those three? And why is it never anything like a Juice or like a Friday where we just doing regular shit? Why are we not getting any timeless classics like that anymore? And we just get in those three categories. It's really something that needs to be answered with these black film communities. Yes, we have some good black films. I don't want to say we don't have good black films, but most of them are like the Coming to Americas if we are keeping it a bean. We have the Creeds, we have the Black Panthers, we understand that, but most of these, we usually slip this shit under the rug and act like it didn't happen. But we had a lot of these Coming to America type of movies, and we just never. I feel like we're falling into a trap, bro. We're falling into a trap when it comes to the black film community, bro. So how you seen the video with Black Mallory Bros? How did you feel about the topic?
I totally agreed. I feel like, but there were certain things I did agree with and certain things I didn't. I feel like we should have just took Coming to America as its own movie. It's 30 plus years. First the hell off, I feel like they made the movie too damn late anyway. I feel like if y'all was gonna make a Coming to America 2 or whatever, you should have did it in the 90s or in the early 2000s. But all the way like 30 plus years later, like, no, I'm gonna be totally honest with y'all. I would have been most satisfied if they just remade Coming to America and did it in a totally different way. I would have respected that a whole lot more because now you got some different shit to play with. Like, you don't have to build off of the last one with Eddie Murphy. You could probably have Eddie Murphy do like a cameo in it or something like that. But I would have been way happier if they would have just remade Coming to America with a whole different like plot point or something like that. But I took it as its own movie. But I was disappointed in the fact that they didn't show Zamunda the way they could have. I feel like
exactly.
They could have did so much more with that.
They ruined the legacy of that, bro.
Yeah.
They ruined the legacy of that. And it's just like Wakanda, bro. Wakanda is supposed to be seen as like this magical place where like black people are supposed to be kings and queens. And Zamunda was supposed to be another place like that. And when you show Zamunda, how they show Zamunda, bro, it's just like, come on.
They joked around with that shit. They joked around with that shit way too much. Some of the shit was funny. I ain't gonna lie and say I ain't laugh at the movie. I did laugh at the movie. There were funny points, but I didn't like the fact that they made the son, like they made his mama like a hoe that Eddie Murphy met in a bar and all that type of stuff. Like, I'm like, bro, what? Like, y'all could have picked like a way better type of situation. And the fact that Eddie Murphy got drugged by the hoe, like, to get her pregnant. I'm like, what? Like, that's what y'all had all these months, all these couple years that y'all been doing this movie, and that's what y'all came up with? Like, no, I was very disappointed with that. I feel like they joked too much with how they showed Zamunda. They could have did way better with that. Wesley Snipes, his character was funny, but I'm like, Wesley Snipes just did some goofy ass shit the whole movie. I'm like, he could have been way more serious. Rick Ross was funny as hell for the little bit of time he was in it. Cause I'm like, hey, this nigga said, y'all gonna film at my house? I'm finna be in this damn movie. So I wasn't mad at Rick Ross at all for how he was in the movie. But other than that, it was real, man. I feel like when Eddie Murphy's father died, that was just real weird, and that was just corny the way they had that happen. But everything else, I don't know. They could have just did 10 times better. Your headphones working? They died on you? You can hear me now? The boy got technical difficulties in the middle of the show. You can hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah, this shit.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, everybody else heard me, so that's all that matters. Everybody else heard what I was saying. As long as they heard it, that's all that matters.
Oh yeah, there you go. But my point is, because I had brought up this topic when we were talking about American Skin. Because I'm like, bro, we just came off Queen and Slim that was so much about the trauma of what we see in the black community and about police brutality and all of that shit. And then we get the same type of thing with American Skin where it was just trauma. Even though y'all said y'all liked the ending, it was some revolutionary shit. It was built on trauma. The kid got killed. It's built on trauma. And I'm saying, why do we always see... Yeah, so I'm saying, why do we always have to make a movie like that? We always green light some shit like that or gaslight it and never get some normal shit back into our films anymore, bro. It's always that. We don't see anything else anymore. It's either trauma, bro. And I just don't understand why that is why we keep getting those type of films into our community, bro. That shit is bullshit, dog.
And I honestly, it's not all our fault because a lot of our producers and filmmakers, they are in situations where they go to these rooms with execs and they're all white people, or they're mostly white people who got to say so. So if they try to like present some regular movie shit, the white people in these exec rooms, they might be like, no, we don't want that. Or, okay, this sounds good, but how about we make this person's mother die? Or how about we make this person's friend get shot? Like, I feel like they add trauma to shit that doesn't need trauma. And I honestly agree with you. We don't have regular movies anymore. There's a bunch of movies that Adam Sandler has done that has just been regular shit. Like, granted, Adam Sandler is a great actor. Like, don't get me wrong. I love Adam Sandler, but he has so many movies where it's just regular shit. And how many black movies can we recent? I'm not talking about all time, because if I say all time, y'all gonna pull some old shit. I'm talking about for everybody our age, since we've been alive, how many regular black movies like have we seen, or do we know? Because I'm 23, about to be 24. So in the past 24 years, like dead ass, like how many regular shits have we seen? For
none. And that's what he was talking about. We have no classics, like regular Friday type of classics anymore. And if we do try to get some Friday type of classic, they trying to reboot it or some shit like that. Like, no, nigga, be original with the shit. It's other ways that you can go about making an original film where it's just about black people doing regular shit. Or we just cooling out, my nigga, and they go through some type of adventure. Like, why we always got to make it trauma filled?
Because my brother did point out, there are a few. You know, you got Creed and Creed 2. You got Black Panther. You got Why Did I Get Married? You got Acrimony. You got you got Friday After Next, because that was made in like 2002. What else? It's some other black movies that I probably just can't think of off the top of my head, but the numbers are very small compared to how many regular movies white people make. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like we don't get that many romantic comedies and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's crazy to me. I totally agree with you.
And it's really just a white man trying to put their thumb on us, bro. And they trying to remind us of all the shit that we go through in our communities, bro. They don't want us to see the regular shit and the other side of the black experience. They want us to remind us of the social injustices that are going on, some other BS that go on in our community, but we can never get no regular shit. Like, bro, the questions have to be answered of why we keep getting this shit. Like I said, it's not just trauma. Like I said, it's either this corny parody shit or it's something that's fucking up a legacy with some type of reboot. And it's really not just film. You can go to TV as well with all these reboots they trying to do, and this shit's all corny as hell. So it's like in both of those rounds, bro, we have to get better, bro. We really have to get better with the creativity.
I will say there are a lot of creative black shows coming out nowadays. Like, because if you look on BET, like they got a lot of new black shows, and it's regular shit for the most part. But TV is dying out so much, and I feel like, I don't know, people just aren't really rocking with a lot of these new actors that are coming on these BET shows. So granted, a lot of these like plots and stuff might be good for these shows. It's just people just ain't rocking with them like that. I feel like a lot of us are attracted to the types of comedy parodies we get, and we are attracted to the violence and the trauma and all that type of stuff. So it's on us as watchers, but I feel like it's also on us as the producers and filmmakers. And I feel like the OGs, I feel like all the OGs in the game, the Tyler Perrys, the Eddie Murphys, Denzels, all these people, I feel like they got to do a bigger job at making sure we get the green lights for the types of movies that we want to make. And I want all filmmakers and producers to know, when it comes to like making black films, we don't need big budget to make great films. Like Friday was a low budget ass film that turned into a great classic that we all know. If you show somebody Friday who's never seen it before now, like they're probably thinking like, oh, everybody talks about this movie. This movie is probably like the shit and blah, blah, blah. It's funny as hell, but it was so low budget and so made with such a modest budget that it makes you more creative when your budget is low. Right.
That's really what it is. When you have a big budget, it's like you feel like you have to do so much extra shit. You have to bring in everybody when really that doesn't make the movie.
You don't have to do that every time.
Yeah, the actors don't make the movie, bro. The actual plot and the storyline make the movie, bro. If you have a creative storyline, I don't give a damn who acting in it. The shit is going to be good. I'm going to watch it. I don't care about the budget and who you bringing in or the explosions that's going on. Just show me the plot. And that's why Friday and them shits work. They didn't have the budgets, so they had to be more creative with shit. What niggas think is funny? Oh, that's funny as hell. Like, just build on that shit. And that's what they kept doing, bro. So great minds like that just have to keep going on and creating more shit, bro.
And,
we still
and they tried to remake not tried to, they did. They remade How High 2 with DC Young Fly and Lil Yachty, and I'm like, this is not good. Like, that shit was terrible. Like, and I love DC Young Fly and Lil Yachty. Like, I like some of his music here and there or whatever, but it's like, I don't know, that movie just was not good. And DC Young Fly can act. Like, he's a colorful character. He's a colorful person. So he can act if he wants to. He's an artistic person, but the movie was just terrible. It wasn't good. I feel like it was a terrible follow-up to the first one. Like, just there's no need to do that. Like, why remake a How High 2 when y'all could have made y'all own type of movie? Like how Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa did when Mac and Devin go to high school.
Yeah, that shit was fire. Yeah.
I promise to God, if anything, that could have been How High 2. If we being dead ass honest, like Mac and Devin go to high school, that could have been How High 2, because that shit was actually funny. Like, and it followed up a movie like How High. It followed that movie up very well. So I feel like they could have labeled that How High 2 if they really wanted to. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Niggas ain't creative no more, bro. They just want to be lazy. What niggas thought was good? All right, let's throw this shit back in our faces when it's 20 years later. Like, nah, nigga, we don't want that bullshit, man. Nick Cannon in the video for 2 seconds. I'm still not over Drumline 2, bro.
Oh my!
I'm still not.
I was so pissed.
I'm still not over Drumline 2. That
I was so pissed
crazy.
at that shit.
That movie's so fucking crazy, dog.
And they did like how Stump the Yard did with Chris Brown. Remember when Stump the Yard, they showed Chris Brown at all the previews.
Yeah.
Nigga was in the movie for 3 minutes. And then with Drumline 2, they showed Nick Cannon and all these previews. The nigga was only in the movie for like, 2 minutes. And then they went to commercial right after they showed him. I'm like, yeah, I can't watch this.
And you never see him again. You never see him.
I'm like, I can't watch this, bro. I can't.
You never see him after the commercial, man. That's crazy, but we got to do better, man. Like I said, we have our good ones. I don't want to say we don't have good movies or good black shows. We literally just got watching and just got Lovecraft, good black shows, but those are the outliers. The other shit that is coming out just isn't up to those standards that we need to set for ourselves. So we got to get better. And all right, bro, let's move on to the last one, which is the Stop Asian Hate situation where, 6 Asian people were killed in Atlanta?
It was 8 at, I think, 3 or 4 different spots. 8 Asian people in total were killed. It was a white shooter. I forgot his name. They put his name in mugshot up, but it was a hate crime, basically.
Mm-hmm. And what was going on with the hashtag in this whole situation, bro?
Stop Asian Hate, because I think Asian people were facing some discriminatory type stuff over the past couple weeks anyway, I believe. And then this situation just completely added on to it. So you start seeing NBA players like Jeremy Lin and other influential Asian players in sports around the world start this hashtag Stop Asian Hate. I'm totally behind it, because I feel like as black people, we go through a lot of the same shit when it comes to white people killing us or police killing us. So I feel like no race should have to deal with being exterminated by another race. So I fully support the Stop Asian Hate. But I did see a controversial argument on Twitter.
And I think I know what you're about to say, and I highly agree if you say what I'm about to say.
I agree with it.
They not standing behind us? Is that what you about to say? They not standing behind us?
I'm not gonna say they're not standing behind us, because there be Asian people standing behind us, but we're put in a lot of situations where in everyday life where Asian people do not like us. So I don't know how sympathetic my heart go out to y'all, but am I just gonna start tweeting Stop Asian Hate and all that? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not.
I thought I was gonna feel like an asshole for saying, because that was literally what I was about to say. I thought I was gonna feel like an asshole. I really feel that way. I really feel that, because we've been getting killed for decades, and man, ain't no Asian person that's ever spoken on our behalf saying, "Oh, black people, we got your backs," this, that, the third. But I'm seeing hella black people come and say, "Hey, Asians, we got y'all back," this, that, the third. Like, damn, them niggas never got our backs, and we get killed way more than them niggas.
So they
on the news and all that.
They expect black people. They expect black people to be sympathetic to everybody else. They expect us to
and
hug
that's why I was
else
upset today, bro. And that's why I understand I'm sympathetic to what happened in that situation. Definitely, that's a nasty, disgusting motherfucker. But that's exactly how I felt today, bro. That's exactly how I felt.
Because somebody has said they put all their stores in our neighborhoods and never pour money back into our community. Like, dead ass, like, just in St. Pete alone, how many Chinese restaurants can you think of in black neighborhoods?
It's 3 on 54th. It's 3 on 54th and 34th.
On 54th.
Yeah.
And then you got the one by where the old Sweet Bay used to be by Jordan Park. And then you got the other one, this one not in a black neighborhood, but shit close enough to it. It's like downtown by that Publix on 4th Street, I think. You know what I'm saying? So it's the one on 62nd, shit, right by Lake Vista. Like in black communities and black areas, you know what I'm saying? So I agree with that, but I do also understand how we should support each other. No race should be getting eliminated by anybody else. Like, I'm not with hate crimes or nothing like that. I don't feel like it should have happened. My heart goes out to those Asian families, but I'm still hesitant to just be one of them people that start tweeting stop Asian hate and all that. I'm just not finna do it.
Yeah, because I didn't even see anything that's been going on in the Asian community the past couple of weeks, what you were just talking about. I didn't see any hate when it came to Asian people. So I was confused where this stop Asian hate came from. Like, I understand that they got shot, but I'm like, damn, it's a whole hashtag now? Like, that's kind of crazy.
Only thing I've been seeing is just like Jeremy Lin and a couple other people like tweet about it. I don't physically see what y'all going through. Everybody sees physically, like literally, they can see what black people go through on a daily basis. But Asian people, I don't see no videos of y'all being mistreated. I don't see no, like, I don't see anything.
Exactly.
Our trauma is trauma porn to the point to where any other type of trauma, like, no, you got to show me for me to be sympathetic. Like, because with us, like, you know, like, y'all gonna see it. I don't even have to show y'all on my phone. Y'all gonna see it on y'all phone eventually.
And that's why I hate when people say people of color, bro, because they try to group us all in together. Like, nigga, we're not treated the same. My nigga, Asian people is not getting treated the same way as black people. My nigga, stop trying to compare us. Hispanic people not getting treated the same way as black people. Stop comparing us. Stop trying to group us together when black people's pain and trauma is way different from y'all shit. Y'all try to conform to what them white people be doing. Y'all be trying to act white and do all that shit. We are a completely different standard away from y'all. So we got to stop grouping ourselves together, bro, because this shit's not the same. We don't get treated the same. There's shit that just happened today. It's like, man, we can name 10 to 25 in the past couple of years situations like yesterday that happened for black people. We can name those situations. So, like I said, I'm sympathetic to what happened. I don't want to come off like I'm not sympathetic. But the black people have been going through this for decades, bro. And then this happens today, and everybody tweeting out "Stop Asian Hate." But I've never seen "Stop Black Hate." Never seen that hashtag. Where that's at? But when Asians do it, it's everybody coming out. I'm seeing black people. I got your back. Like, man, what? They don't got our damn back. Why we need to get their back? Fuck them.
And I seen the what you call it? I seen the sheriff, the police sheriff. He spoke about the situation, and he gave a reply that I assumed the white police sheriff to give. Dude just had a bad day, and yeah.
They say he was coming to Florida too. They say he was coming to Florida.
I'm like, bro, had a bad day. I have bad days. I just be in my bed and don't talk to nobody. I don't go out and specifically kill a certain race of people in different locations. That's not a bad day. No, you're doing a terrorist act at that point. Like, come on now, call it what it is. Like, I just hate when white supremacy just shows, like, again and again after so many slaps in the face to us and any other race that they slap in the face. Like, that shit just pisses me off. I'm like, bro, you really finna sit? Y'all had time before this press conference to understand what y'all was finna say, and you still go up there and say some shit like that? Come on, bro.
Rest in peace to everybody that was killed by that nasty ass motherfucker, man. But that hashtag shit, man, next time a black person get killed, I want to see this same type of energy. Because I've seen a lot of black love, a lot of black people consoling these Asians today. And I want to see the same type of love reciprocated once we get shot once again. Because it's going to happen. It's just a cycle in the community. It's going to happen. I want to see a hashtag stop black hate. Because the shit going to happen again. Way more than it happens in the Asian community. So I want to see the same type of energy, bro. That shit blew me, bro. I thought I was going to be an asshole for saying that, but I'm glad some other people see it from that way as well, bro. I'm glad some other people see it from that too. Like I said, I'm super sympathetic, though. Still sympathetic. All right. Also, we are doing movie and show reviews. We have stopped doing WandaVision, but y'all can definitely go back and watch that. We are going to do Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That starts on Friday, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We've been doing Snowfall. We still got some movie reviews that we got to do that we ain't caught up on at least. We got to get up on those. What else coming out?
I've been watching Last Chance U basketball. I don't know if we will do one on that, but yeah.
I watched that this weekend. We can do that.
I'm on episode 3. I gotta watch episode 3.
Yeah, I think that was the best season other than season 1 of football. I loved it. I'm
loving what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah.
I think episode 3 is finna really get in focus with Deshaun. He one of my favorite characters. Well, not characters, but you know what I mean.
And it's funny because with Last Chance U football, it felt like it was like all like bad moods, all emotion and all that rah shit. But it feels like in this one, it was obviously you have to show like the emotion the players go through in JUCO, but it was also like some highs as well. Like they show happiness in this Last Chance U season. So I'm glad like it's not all bad in JUCO, bro. You also have good times as well when you're around some people that you like and you fuck with, bro. It's not just all bad times like they have been portraying for these past seasons in Last Chance U. They actually showed the good times as well. And I'm glad they showed that in Last Chance U. And I loved it. Definitely loved it. And what do you have for Song of the Week for Pass the Ox?
Song of the Week for me is Mental Healing by Big Boogie. I really rock with Big Boogie. He signed to CMG. If y'all listening and don't know what CMG is, that's Yo Gotti's label. Big Boogie, he's a very good artist in my opinion. He got a lot of lyrical content. So
damn, what I got? Honestly, I got Footsteps in the Dark by the Isley Brothers. I did not know that was the sample for Today Was a Good Day for all these years. I thought Today Was was an original. I found out Footsteps in the Dark was really the original for all that.
Yeah.
So shout out to the Isley Brothers, bro. Definitely. Footsteps in the Dark parts 1 and 2. Definitely shout out to the
my dad told me that when I was a kid and I first started listening to Today Was a Good Day. He told me that.
Yeah, I always thought Today Was a Good Day was an original, bro. And I listened to it, I was like, what the fuck? Because I was listening on YouTube. I think it just went into that song. I was like, is it Today Was a Good Day? I did see Ice Cube. I seen it was the Isley Brothers in that one, like, you know, they was wearing like the dressy pants and they kind of look feminine. They kind of look gay in the picture. And I was like, this shit sound like Today Was a Good Day. And then the song started playing. I'm like, this the Isley Brothers? I was like, that shit blew my mind, bro. That shit really blew my mind. So definitely shout out to the Isley Brothers. And do you have anything else before we get out of here, bro?
No, that's it. Let's get ready for Snowfall. Let's get ready.
Snowball. And yeah, that's it. All right, bro. You can hit them with the social media.
You can follow us on Twitter at Q&E Podcast 1. You can follow us on Instagram at QANDE Podcast. You can follow and like our Facebook page. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the notification bell so you can see anytime that we drop new episodes. And our email is QANDEpodcast@gmail.com for any business inquiries, questions, concerns, fan mail, all that type of stuff.
And subscribe to all of our podcast platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just type in Quincy Hicks into the search bar and definitely subscribe, bro. And we appreciate y'all for listening. And we out. Peace.